Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. With that, we move on to the keynote address titled Reimagining New Pathways Post-Pandemic for Business Continuity. And it's my pleasure and honor to welcome Keshav Murugesh, Group Chief Executive Officer, WNS Global Services, and past chairman of NASSCOM. Before I hand over the floor to Mr. Murugesh, a brief introduction. Mr. Murugesh was named as one of the most influential business leaders of Asia by the Economic Times recently, and is known as the turnaround Turk for his ability to steer flailing organizations towards success through innovative strategies. A winner of the prestigious 2019 Gold Stevie for Executive of the Year, he is a doyen of the IT BPM industry and a global thought leader. He is the architect of innovative business models, including the end-to-end vertical approach that revolutionized the BPM industry. He's also a member of the Wall Street Journal CEO Council and the WNS Cares Foundation Board that focuses on education for lesser privileged children. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome Keshav Murugesh, Group CEO of WNS Global Services and past chairman of NASSCOM. Mr. Murugesh, over to you.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Talking about the future is always exciting, and that too even more now with announcement of the vaccines and the beginning of the end of the pandemic being discussed. No doubt there is a cheer in the tone everywhere when we are looking to change the calendar to 2021. Let me begin with an interesting true story. Years ago, I was right here reading the news when American Express, or Amex as we fondly call the brand, launched its Indian rupee card in the 1980s. And an interesting fact emerged about its Indian operations. The cost per transaction from India was 40 to 50% lower than those of the more advanced markets. At the same time, the quality of the output was significantly superior, be it efficiency in execution or first call resolution of customer complaints. This actually led to India being chosen as the operations center to serve Japan, Asia Pacific, and Australia, one of the earliest entrants into the BPM business. It wasn't just about cost or skill arbitrage, and here's why the story gets its true narrative. The Indian operations would reconcile about 12,000 accounts out of its unit in Delhi. All its reconciliation ran on the Lotus 123 software. Remember Lotus 123? And manual as it was easily prone to human error. Obviously, Amex needed a more robust platform. While there was a huge global effort to create such a recon platform, it would be at least 15 months before it could be rolled out. So the Indian arm worked with a local company to actually develop a standby reconciliation platform till the global platform could be released. When the global rollout was further delayed, the Indian operations ran its worldwide test on a homegrown platform to prove its efficacy. This platform took only 25% of the existing time for recon with high accuracy. So within 3 months, it was nominated as the global reconciliation platform for American Express as an enterprise-wide standard, entirely homegrown. It is now more than 35 years since this actually happened. But the lessons to me are as valid today as they were even then. Technology was then and is now the driving force for BPM organizations to thrive in the new so-called digital normal. Technology works best when it achieves three critical outcomes. One, enhanced customer engagement and experiences. Two, improved productivity and efficiency. And three, design process innovation. Since these are the very fundamental building blocks of the BPM industry, we can see why technology is so closely linked with our success. BPO then and BPM today has always set the trend with technology. Technology has therefore been an integral part of the evolution of business process outsourcing. BPO actually moved from a standalone model of basic support and telemarketing of the 90s to a global delivery model and process management in the early 2000s. By mid-2000, leading BPO enterprises began taking on the role of strategic partners to their clients. And this was across multiple industries using completely new technologies. Today, BPM players offer technology-driven strategic domain capabilities in an everything-as-a-service model that embraces customer analytics, automated data processing, cybersecurity services, and much more. Futuristic business process management organizations, in my view, are looking to deliver omni-channel solutions using emerging technologies that augment the skill of human agents. And then COVID-19 descended on us like an avalanche. Amongst this extreme chaos, the BPM industry stood tall in restoring the business of its global clientele with digital and technology prowess. I call COVID-19 an entire supernova 2x moment because it actually brought the entire future forward in a matter of just a few days, if not a few hours. The BPM industry showed great agility and resilience in adapting to virtual collaborative tools and a lot of workflow models. In fact, HFS Research, one of the leading industry analysts that we all know, mined data to show how admirably the industry responded to this particular pandemic. A critical reason for the success was the heavy focus, if you ask me, on digital that the BPM industry had shown even before COVID-19 struck us and this crisis emerged. Companies that fared better showed some consistent attributes: technology preparedness, automated controls and testing, ability to re-engineer processes, and most importantly, flexibility. At WNS, we moved with amazing speed with what I call our trifecta model, a technology-led strategy of prioritizing employee safety, delivering on client needs, and adapting to the changing contours of the BPM industry. We reimagined with speed our work from home model to build the WFH agent for seamless COVID-19 operations, integrating infrastructure, technology, people engagement, systems, skills, and most importantly, also data and cybersecurity. We co-created 200 unique InfoSec solutions to deliver cybersecurity comparable to our in-office capabilities. Our existing and very mature BCP frameworks were swiftly transformed to what I call pandemic continuity programs, or PCP. An important reiteration that COVID-19 has provided the BPM industry is the focus on digital and technology. Opportunities are opening up, and the next generation of BPM has to be completely reimagined in the current decade scenario, Indian BPM must position itself ahead of the digital normal. Let's start with the desired future states that the industry must steer towards. A service delivery model to provide predictable outcomes amidst completely unpredictable business variability, technology adoption to not just improve productivity, but build completely new business models, complex event planning or CEP to monitor ongoing events and analyze information in real time to very swiftly identify both challenges and opportunities. Enhanced control and compliance with industry-leading InfoSec standards to ensure cyber-safe work as well as outcomes. I actually see 5 technology-driven areas that will measurably impact and improve business process management strategies. First, hyperautomation. Let me begin with an example, about Lamborghini. This company actually deploys hyperautomation to improve production efficiency on its new Urus SUV. Their factory has a modular design that uses digital sensors and robots in a very collaborative and connected environment. Electronic monitoring of the production processes provides real-time data insights to give the workers control over every aspect of production, on-site or even remotely. BPM can benefit immensely from deploying intelligent automation, integrating RPA, iPaaS, and artificial intelligence. It makes for a complete digital solution, a blended approach of AI and ML with the right human intervention and supervision. WNS's partnership with Evolute IQ has led to one truly innovative capability for the BPM industry, a domain-led hyper-automation platform. And the suite built by this platform is designed to accelerate the adoption of process automation and drive enterprise-wide digital transformation. Second, cloud-based management platforms. WNS's portfolio of cloud-based platforms includes Sociosphere and WNS Agilius, to name a few. These platforms are accessible on demand, driving reduced costs, improving flexibility and scalability, and enhancing collaboration and elevating security. The third requirement, AI and ML. Both these terms or these technologies will be the foundation for intelligent BPM in the future, especially in addressing ad hoc and unplanned events in real time. For example, WNS Malcolm, our proprietary digital shipment documentation platform, is powered by AI and ML. It automates end-to-end shipment documentation processing, a very, very complex area, to fast-track the adoption of digital in the shipping and logistics industry. Fourth, data and analytics. A sterling example of how Amazon leverages data and analytics to provide personalized services. Netflix also uses it for great campaigns, while Starbucks uses it for risk analysis of locations and product formulation. BPM companies can leverage advanced data analytics to enable clients in the areas of customer retention, marketing campaigns, risk management, supply chain handling, and finally, product creation. And when embedded with AI and ML, solutions can be that much more innovative, in my opinion. The fifth and final is cybersecurity. Integrating emerging technologies and defining the right cyber threat operations model to build attack readiness and resilience will be a must for BPM organizations. Analytics will play a critical role in developing threat intelligence for future-proof security, while AI and ML can adopt threats as they evolve. Very importantly, digitization and innovation should also make the post-COVID world a better place to live. Cloud computing will provide stability, security, and greater flexibility for BPM companies. As much as we talk about the huge potential for digitalization and technology to innovate for business, they should also aim to add value to society and to contribute to public health and the environment. COVID-19 has been a tipping point in recent history for businesses, governments, and society. There is both an imperative and an opportunity to make technology count in the areas of telecom, healthcare, education, agriculture, thus making a positive impact on society. That is why the Government of India's recent announcement of simplified guidelines for BPMs and IT companies to enable work from anywhere is so historic and really exciting. Employees can now work from anywhere as long as connectivity permits, and companies need not think twice about hiring talent from the hinterland. Employment opportunities in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities will actually boom now, especially for the 110 million strong potential women workforce, that is, women with secondary degrees who can devote 3 to 4 hours per day, but currently who do not participate in the workforce. Third, platform-based models will allow dual or even triple employment, leading to higher incomes for workers and better access to skill and talent for organizations. This is going to enable the gig economy in a huge way. Let me now get to the conclusion. As an industry, we've been talking about transformation for years and years, but what we have experienced since March 2020 is a transformation at unprecedented speed and scale. With the help of emerging technologies, BPM companies can now put in place a hybrid hub, spoke, and edge model, a blend of work that can and must be done in the office, which is the hub, work that can be performed from home, which is the edge, and satellite offices where employees can meet to discuss key agenda projects and bond with each other. That to me is the spoke. Operating models can be fine-tuned to becoming asset light, digitally led, and completely scalable. At WNS, we have created a virtual co-creation labs where clients can interact with our solutions, transition models, processes, and even leadership, and finally the project teams that they will be working with. We have induced tremendous confidence with the way we've transformed these models for a future-ready partnership, leading to a really strong and robust sales pipeline. Into the future, global organizations are looking for strategic and domain expert partners who are tech and digital driven and can manage business variability with absolutely the right talent models. BPM organizations who can change their models to meet these expectations and guide them to even better outcomes will be absolute clear winners. I wish you every success in climbing to the summit in the near future. All the very best to all the listeners.
Thank you so much, Mr. Murugesh, for your keynote address, Reimagining New Pathways Post-Pandemic for Business Continuity. We have a question for you. In fact, there are two questions rolled into one. What is your take on cybersecurity post-pandemic? And how has the role of leadership changed today vis-a-vis the pre-COVID days?
Excellent questions, both. So first and foremost, in terms of cybersecurity, as I mentioned, one must now realize that we are no more just in the traditional BPM business anymore as far as our clients are concerned. All of us, and at WNS, we openly say to our clients that we are actually in the reputation business, managing the reputation of our clients and ourselves. And therefore, while working from a remote point of view, the investments in the areas of operational risk and cyber risk will have to be enhanced even further, such that it is even better than having to work in the office. And I think most companies have realized that. Everyone, the smarter companies have invested dramatically in models that include remote monitoring of employees, coaching, guiding, introducing new solutions for work from home from a cyber point of view, proctoring solutions, things like that. Remember, when you work from home or at the office, cyber risk is one of the biggest threats, and therefore every company will be investing significantly in this area. And reputation risk is what we must make sure we are investing the most in. So cyber is going to be important. I will also say for India, cybersecurity is also going to be a huge business opportunity, just like Israel and the US are seeing at this point in time. The second question on leadership. I think leadership models will have to change significantly. Just think of it in the new era. I don't call this a new normal, because each time we call something a new normal, something else happens and that becomes the new normal. This is the new way we will engage, right? And therefore, if large numbers of people, particularly your future employees who are Gen Y, Gen Z, and people who are looking for experiences, not necessarily careers, are all the time interacting with their teams and their leaders only virtually, it actually behooves the company to introduce hyperscale and very sensitive HR models and touch points, such that the employee and the company are constantly connected. Can you imagine a young worker working for 9 months or 12 months offline, or in a virtual format, never actually pressing the flesh and speaking to his or her supervisor or boss or manager or whatever? How does that person actually demonstrate to the leader what his or her appraisal should be like, right? And this is where smart companies are introducing automated digital solutions, so that the interactions between both sides is constant and nobody needs to wait for 6 months or the end of the year to complete an appraisal process. There is constant reach out from companies to employees in terms of their health, well-being, safety, the family, mental health. It's a very big issue in the industry at this point in time, and an area that the industry is investing a lot in, and companies also will invest in. And therefore, I would like to end by saying that every process will change dramatically from an HR point of view, and from a leadership point of view. It is empathetic leaders who understand the business, who can deliver the metrics in this format, and who can gain the respect of their teams, that will emerge as the leaders of the future. I see this as an opportunity where many youngsters will lead this industry in the short order.
Fantastic.